Now this is the Rowan working horses. We got Kate Mobbs Morgan, and the horse is called Kipp. It's an Ardennes at 13 years old. Now Kate's been working horses in the woods and in the forests, harvesting the timber for many years. She knows what she's talking about. She's from Monmouth in South Wales, and you can enjoy this wonderful demonstration of tushing. Over to you, Kate.
Tushing is a really old-fashioned term for skidding timber out. So when people say tushing, it's working on the trace harness, which is just a simple swingle tree and the metal bar with the hook, and you just chain the timber with a choker chain, hook it in and pull it out. So to tush is to pull. I think it's also because it's a quiet way of working. It may not be connected, but the old-fashioned name for a barn owl is a tush wing, because they fly silently. So when you're tushing out, you're working quietly as well.
Good boy. He can turn on the spot. Good boy. So if we're working in very tight spaces, I can turn him like that, and he's already put himself right beside the timber for me. His focus is a little bit too much on grass. He's all out of grazing in his little pen, so just have to ask a bit politely. Step up, love, please. Good boy. And stand there. Stand.
Kipp is an Ardennes. It's a continental breed from France and Belgium. He's 13 now. He was bred in the UK. They're an unusual breed over here, but not a rare breed. And I've been lucky enough to own him since he was a foal. So I brought him into work, and we've been working in the woodlands together now for 9.5 years. They make a great working horse. The mindset is there. His strength is in his shape. So he's well designed for working in the woodlands, and not too tall. So although he's about 16 hands, I can still get the harness on, so it works well for me. The collar is the piece that comes on first, and it has to fit really well on their shoulders, and they push into the collar. So when they propel themselves forward, they're pushing into the collar, and everything else follows on behind from that. Ill-fitting collar can cause an awful lot of damage, and if you're bringing a younger horse into work and you haven't got it fitted correctly, you can damage their shoulders long term. I use particularly a Swedish harness, very simple design. There's very few points of contact on the horse. As long as you've got it fitted properly, then there's very few places that it's actually going to potentially make them sore. If you check your harness every day and it's well fitted, you shouldn't have any problems at all. It's multi-purpose, so I can use it for tushing out, for the skidding out, and I can also use it for shafts. So I only need one set of harness, and that will do absolutely everything. And all the Scandinavian working equipment has the same shaft fittings. So anything that I bring in from Sweden or Norway will work on the same harness. So it just means I can buy one set of kit and we can work through all the systems. If you've got a horse that you work all the time, you know their capabilities. Kipp weighs nearly a tonne, he can pull his own weight in timber. But if I'm asking him to go uphill, then he will do a lot less. I try and balance it so that he's on a load that he can manage comfortably all the time, and then he'll keep going all day long and be happy with his work. Because they do get really tired if they're having to work to their maximum all the time. The working relationship with the horse, for me, is part of the reason I love it so much. The trust bond is really strong, and they will do anything for you. They want to please you, they want to do a good job. I think they enjoy the praise.
Good boy. Perfect. A little bit more. Little bit more. Whoa, darling. Come over, love. Come right over. Whoa. Perfect. I brought both the horses into work myself. Whoa. No, wait. Wait. Let's do this properly and make it spot on, please. Come right over. Listen. Don't go forward. Come right over. Wait. 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 Come right over. Come right over. Good boy. Whoa. Perfect. Good boy. Thank you, darling. I try and work the horses in a really quiet voice. I save a loud voice until something's about to go horribly wrong. So if I shout at them, they know, in actual fact, they need to stop immediately. I chit-chat to the horses all the time because they're my buddies, but my commands are come over for left, get away for right, steady woe to stop. And those are the sort of basic commands that you might hear with working dogs, working horses. You can go now, love. Walk on, please. Walk on, darling. Good boy. Thank you.
I think if you've got a good working relationship, then they're less likely to put you in a dangerous position. I did a short training course with the Working Horse Trust over in Kent. It was absolutely rubbish, absolutely loved it, and continued to volunteer there when my children were small, and I just got more and more interested in the forestry work and really in that relationship that you have within the woodland environment working the horse. So that drew me in. And they make very little impression on the ground in comparison to the machines and things, so we can come in on the soft ground and we're not causing deep ruts or anything. I can use the timber arch or a fording trailer and I can have the timber completely up off the ground, so you're really only getting the hoof prints and the wheels, and it really is all designed to be low impact. Within 2 to 3 months and a degree of weather, you can hardly tell that we've been there sometimes. They scarify the ground a little bit, and that actually serves to help with the regeneration that comes after us.
Something where the horses excel is what we call selective thinning. So we're coming into a woodland where the woodland owner, good boy, thank you love, where the woodland owner, whoa darling, my fault, get away a little bit, get away a little bit. Where the woodland owner, perhaps it hasn't been managed before, or it's a long time since the woodland's been managed, and they're wanting some trees to be left on in the woodland to mature, and some to be harvested and thinned out, which opens up the canopy, the light coming in, and makes it a more healthy environment for the trees staying within the woodland. So one of the things that the horses are really good at, good boy, go on a little bit. Good boy.
The environmental side of it is quite important to me as well, that we, make a light footprint where we are really. So I really enjoy the challenges of taking on a difficult site and making it work with the horses.